Hi, I'm Adam.
I'm Ryan.
And we're neighbors.
Neighbors, yeah.
This is my garage. Moved in here about, I don't know, what was it, Ryan? Eight months ago? Nine months ago? So that's about as long as I've known Ryan.
Yeah. Just decided to get together and talk about what we talk about all the time out in the garage.
We are starting our first episode of our YouTube channel. And this one is brought to you by Corona.
Corona, yeah. No shortage of stuff to talk about today.
Yeah.
When we decided to do this, we're basically like, you know, we'll get together and we'll just talk about the stuff we talk about every day. And, you know, lo and behold, what we talk about every day now is what everyone's talking about right now, which is coronavirus.
Yeah, and coronavirus is obviously a serious thing that we're now aware of. It kind of hit us like last week where the NBA shut down. That was kind of the wake up to North America, I think, of like Corona is here to stay and it's a real thing. And then the NHL followed that, and then MLB. And once sports are out, you know, we got some serious problems. Scary stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and I think, you know, the virus as well as, you know, the panic and the unknown aspect of it. Really, the big thing is the unknown, right? I mean, people don't know what to prepare for because it's unprecedented. Like no one who's alive today, you know, has really lived through, you know, the last kind of pandemic, which, you know, I mean, there's been a number of like pandemics, but like,
but this is bigger. There hasn't been something as big as this since like 1918 with influenza.
Yeah.
Right, where it wiped out millions of people.
Yeah.
5% of the population, I think.
Yep.
What I struggle with is the lack of direction from our governments to say exactly what we need to do. Because right now it's like, yeah, you can stay home if you can stay home, stay home. You know, it's fine that all these celebrities are coming out and saying, hey guys, like, you know, stay inside. But you got, you know, the working class that really live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
That can't make it and are scared. It's not working. You're putting people in a gray zone, which if we get put in a gray zone where we're worried about finances and we don't take this whole epidemic seriously, we could have both a financial crisis, which we will, and a bad case of corona.
Yeah.
Or we can just be like, hey, 4 weeks off, guys. No one's working at all for 4 weeks. We're gonna take a hit, but everyone's gotta be in their fucking houses.
Yeah.
Be in their houses. The only way that you can get out is go shopping, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And you stay there for a month, and everything will be taken care of. And then once everything passes and that curve flattens, then we'll figure out the rest of it. People
are smart. Like an individual person is smart. They can reason. They can, you know, do amazing things. But people, as a collective, are stupid. They panic. They overreact. And you know, with the government,
toilet paper. It's like, let's go get toilet paper.
The toilet paper thing is like mind-boggling. Like, I mean, people poke fun of it, and you see memes everywhere. It's like, you
fantastic
know,
for the memes.
Everyone's dead, but you know, look how clean their asses are and stuff. Like, I mean, it's funny, but it's not in a sense because, like, you know, to me, the toilet paper is a psychological thing. It's like something in a situation that cannot be controlled, where people can like hoard toilet paper and feel like good about something they can control. Like just. We're stocked up for the worst case scenario, but like, you know, you go look no further than like the lineups at Costco and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they tell you, all right guys, don't get in big groups.
Yeah.
We're going through a serious medical issue. Do not get in large groups. All right, let's all run to the fucking grocery store and stand in long ass lineups in groups of 50 or more.
1 foot away from each other.
1 foot away from each other, and buy as much as we can from the store. But I mean, I will say that was where our government was slow in saying like what this is, how it transmits to people, the reason why we need to keep distance from each other. And it's mainly like, it's not, and it's funny because people have this idea of like, and we're guilty of this, like, you know, a week ago, where it's like, it's not that bad of a disease, it's not that bad of a virus.
Right.
Like, you know, it won't kill that many people, but it's not killing people. It's gonna lock up our healthcare system in the next few weeks.
Yeah. It's a time when you want your leaders to lead. You know, and I think part of the issue is that I don't think that they know what tomorrow brings. But what they need to do is they need to make a decision, whether it's right or wrong, but kind of commit to that decision and then adapt to it day by day.
But the thing
they're
is,
not making
Ryan,
any decisions.
the thing is with this is that there has already been cases in other countries, which is in Europe. More importantly, in South Korea. They have it in South Korea by a huge number, or they had it in huge numbers, increasingly rapidly, and now their curve is bending. So it's like, all right, clearly they did something right. Maybe we should do the same thing.
They tested people early. That was like
Tested people early, but they also quarantined quicker.
Yep.
And they made people quarantine. Like, it wasn't a choice. It's like, you have to go home. Like, there's no one working. We're all shut off. And now their curve is flattening. So therefore, why are we doing it?
Yeah. The uncertainty is, is as scary for people as anything else. And like, there's a lot of people that don't know if they're going to have a job tomorrow.
Yep.
So, even if there are places for them to go and spend their money, which there really isn't now, because they're like, everything's shutting down. But even if there are places to spend money, they're not going to do it because people are going to go into like full conservation mode. Like, am I going to have a job tomorrow? Business owners, is my company going to be viable?
Yep.
How long are we closed for? Are we going to be closed for 3 weeks? In which case, I can get by. Or are we closed for 6 months? In which case, my livelihood is gone. And when we get back out of this pandemic, I need to look for a job because my company's gone. Like, people like literally don't know that. The Walmart and the Costco of the world that are raking it in right now, they got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But Bob's Flowers or
anything non-necessary.
Linda's Garage, like you just don't know. If you close for that amount of time and there's no clear, decisive direction from the government to say that, okay, your business is going to be safe because of this, or your employees.
Well, we're kind of in the gray zone.
Yeah,
we're literally in the gray zone where it's like, okay, don't go out, don't work. We're not telling you to do what you got to do, but. So you're just like,
tell us what to do.
Tell us what to do.
Tell us what to do.
Like, it's not like people might say like, oh, like you don't want to do what the government tells you to. It's like, no. In this case, where everyone needs to band together and have a plan, you need a leader. You go to the leader, and the leader says, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and you execute it. There should be like a little sheet that you can go online, and it says like how to prepare for this coronavirus, and it should be like. Where you're gonna quarantine, what you have to do, clean handles, clean everything, wipe down your phone, give a procedure, like a list that makes it really straightforward for people to follow. Like, if people come to your door, tell them to leave it at the front door, don't exchange it between, 6 feet between each other. Just something that's more concrete, because right now it's just like, my buddy told me this, my buddy told me that, they saw Trudeau on TV and he says this, like, it's all just people giving their advice on what to do. And at the end of the day, that doesn't work because you need leadership to tell you what to do.
And that's what we're lacking, and that's what caused a lot of the panic.
So I think it's important that, we both followed this very much, and I think it's important that we kind of give our viewers what we think is the goal of what our government's trying to tell us. Which is, number one, wash your hands as much as you can. Practice good hygiene. Clean all the surfaces in your house. Clean the surfaces, your front door, in your car, because we still use our cars. Wipe everything clean and make sure everything's clean. If you have been outside the country, you must stay in the house for 14 days, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So you need help getting groceries, you can order online. You can ask a neighbor.
Yep. This is going to come down to eventually, obviously, the government's going to come up with more restrictions and more things. But it ultimately boils down to the government can't do it for us. We have to do it. We have to take ownership. We have to take responsibility. And, I've even I've had people say, well, it's not that big a deal. Like, people under the age of 40 have a 0.2% chance of dying. So it's very, very low. Mm-hmm. But it's not about that. It's about the spread, about us limiting the spread to the vulnerable people.
Yep. That's exactly it. All us young people can walk around and do whatever we want, but the danger is for the older people.
Yeah.
And it can be dangerous for the younger people who suffer from asthma, diabetes. Yeah. So the key thing is stay inside, don't go to work, bunker down with your loved ones in your place of residence. Limit your time going out to go to stores and that kind of thing. Just stick to grocery stores and get outside. Go for walks. You can still go outside and enjoy the fresh air. but just keep your distance from others. That's basically it.
Yeah.
All I can say is thank God for Netflix and streaming services and the internet and TV. Because could you imagine if this happened like the early 1900s?
You have to
One where there's no
with your family.
You'd actually have to spend time with your family.
Yeah. I think what we're going to see come out of this is we're going to see another baby boom, and we're going to also see a massive spike in divorce. Those two things, when everything's said and done.
Why divorce?
14 days
I guess so,
within the same place. It's like, things are going to be said.
Well, Ryan, I think the whole moral of the story is what we want to do with this video is just tell people, stay at home, don't go outside if you don't need to, only go to grocery stores to just stock up on food, but don't overbuy. You don't need 10 things of toilet paper or like 6 cans of coffee or whatever. Just shop regularly. And if there's people around your area like elderly that need help, and maybe offer to go shopping for them.
Yeah.
But wash your hands, keep safe distance between people, and treat everyone with a little love and respect, and check in on everyone. I think that's important that people call loved ones and friends and make sure that they're all doing good, because being cooped up in your house can be pretty hard.
Yeah.
But enjoy it. I say do the things that you've always been putting off. Write that book. You know what?
It'd be good for empathy, because people are gonna feel like what it's like for their like mother-in-law that they stuck in the old age home and never visit. So maybe when everything's said and done, you can go out and you can actually visit and say, I had no idea what it was like living in quarantine. I'm sorry about that.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective.
And you know what, guys? Exercise common sense.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it comes down to, is common sense.
Common sense.
Don't panic. Think for yourself. That's it.
Well, guys, that's pretty much our first show. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to our channel, and maybe give us some comments and suggestions down below so that we can talk about the things that you want to hear about on our next episode.
Yeah.
But thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
We'll see you around.
All right. Cheers.